Training day is a way that Chuck Guthrie came up with quite a few years ago to get the departments not to just think about themselves, but get them to interact with each other.
We create things together and it builds a lot of camaraderie and rapport with everybody. We get to know everybody.
I think anytime you can get a group of people together who are spread out and don't typically work together as very closely, anytime you can get them together focused on a common goal is a good thing.
It's kind of a fun way to get to know everybody and be able to learn everybody as a team. This training day we had to build a boat.
Create a marketing campaign.
And race it.
My first impression was he's lost his mind, because there's no way anybody's going to be able to make a boat that floats with plywood, pool noodles, and balloons.
How are we going to do this with this little bit of material? It's going to be quite a job. Our team was very good. It had a few of our technicians, a few people from our operations, and one or two of our salesmen, and with all our ideas, it just seemed to work out really well.
I think since we all designated what our responsibilities were, we all became a leader just for that thing, or that specific task. But in the end, I think Ike really pulled us all together as a team.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, but Mike's saying if we put it at a little bit of an angle.
You want to do a double-ended shark?
Yeah.
Let's do a double-ended shark. All right, so we're upside down.
Where do you see the wheel?
I thought that the pool noodles would be important because they float, but they do not hold up a boat.
Probably resolve that noodle. Maybe not. I would think it would.
My purpose was to paint it and come up with a name and a marketing strategy, while the rest of the people actually figured out how in the world to keep it afloat.
Ours was a simple design, just basically like a juniper skiff. The whole one piece of plywood made one boat. We basically used the sides and the bottom out of one piece.
The general design of our boat was more of a John boat design. It was very flat and kind of curved up a little bit at the front. We named our boat Lynnhaven, and we named it that as a play on words for Lynnhaven Marine and the inertia of constantly moving forward.
25 horsepower on this thing should fly.
Function over form.
And our VA numbers are seahorse, turtle, crab.
Seahorse, turtle, crab.
Stand back, because this is a dangerous craft. Are you tired of being laughed at every time you try to storm a beach by your enemies, poking fun at you from across the distance? We have a solution for you. The boat also has no name, because names are irrelevant when you leave no survivors to tell tales. The Viking 2-meter.
Well, our boat's name was the Worker Bee. The Worker Bee was simple: flat bottom, high sides, pointy bow, painted red and blue.
You know, all the time and money and this and that to get your yacht. We work on big boats and small boats here at Lynnhaven, but most of our customers are worker folks like us. You bust your ass, which we all do here, and you want your stuff. You know, you might not have the money to have a big yacht. A lot of people just have a small little dinghy, something simple, but they're proud of.
So we named our boat Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo was our theme of our boat, and our market strategy was that Nemo's father actually strived to find him and find his purpose in what he was doing, and that's exactly what we've done as a team.
This here model of Sturdy Arms Company is the 6-foot Who's Your Daddy.
We named our boat Who's Your Daddy?
People want a boat. It has a purpose, it floats.
It has a navigational beacon on the front and a little love touch with the little extra seat. This boat, like he said, is definitely sturdy enough to hold 2 people, and that was the main
Because
purpose.
during the race, while we were ahead of everybody, that's the name we wanted them to see.
This has no deficiency. It is a perfectly well-made boat that serves the purpose of floating and movement.
It's a new endeavor. You're gonna get a little wet, little frilly balloons. So you can have
Entertain you while you're
the
getting wet.
The biggest thing about this is it's light and it's gonna be.
Oh, we expected to win.
I definitely anticipated our loss.
I expected to lose.
Never expect to lose.
After we were done building the boats, we had to go through the race.
Everybody got their boats in the water, and we were just hooting and hollering and screaming and supporting not just our team, but all the other teams, and just wanting to see everybody do their best.
Our caulking was still tacky when we put it in the water.
Training day, we found out that our duct tape skills, we need to buff up on that because we had some leakage. I'll say that.
The elimination process was very interesting because you had boats that were basically pieces of plywood painted, and people getting on those boats and using them as kind of like a paddle board to go forward, racing against a boat that was built almost like a Viking ship.
When the oars broke and the boats flipped over, the final preparations were made. There was a lot of yelling and second guessing on design.
We're dumping the bow.
And there was a lot of last ditch advice to the man doing the paddling. As the race went on, it was just non-stop screaming, followed by "you're doing it wrong," and "lean this way, paddle that way." So it went from really serious strategy to just whatever. Let's just scream and hope for the best.
I was freaking out, and I was like flailing my arms and legs, just trying to make the boat go fast. And that did not help the situation, but I did win the first one.
Dick, keep doing better!
Come on, Nick! You're almost there! Get it, Nick!
It was just a hoot of a good time. And there's a lot of recaps and imitations, and many stories were told around campfires for ages and ages to come.
Through a process of elimination, we got down to a finals race. Everybody the boats were leaking at first, so they would actually do a little caulking and a little modification in between races.
It was getting really loud, and even when people started sinking, that was actually funny.
But all in all, it was great because our team won.
They were sinking, and we were laughing and congratulating them on sinking because that was probably the best part about it. We all wanted to see everybody sink and not make it because we wanted our team to win.
At the end of the day, I was tired, but with a certain degree of gratification. Thought the day was very well spent, and it was a happy day to make some things happen and be a part of a good team.
People from different departments who I hadn't had a lot of interaction with. And you start out, you're kind of a little apprehensive and wondering, are they going to be able to come through? And by the end of the day, I was absolutely amazed at what the younger generation and the junior employees in this company, what they brought to the table. The way they presented themselves and would just jump in. I mean, I was amazed, and I was very proud. And knowing that, Lynnhaven Marine is safe for the future with the young, crowd that we got coming up. They really care.
Do you remember your boat's marketing campaign?
No.